Welcome to Superchat. If you are on your way towards 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Right now we're looking at palettes, pouts, perfumes, and panning, and this is a channel that will bring us beauty products in many different ways, sometimes with an unboxing or a haul type video, product reviews always, and then descriptions of the different products in detail. She's mixing up the live streams, shorts, and videos, so there's a lot of variety in content on this channel, and we don't have a sub count right now, but that's okay. We just want to push them towards the next milestone that they're working towards. We all know what it's like to hit different milestones of different types, whether we're working on our first 5 subscribers, 10, 20, 50, 100, 1,000, or even more. So we just want to do all we can to push each other along. So on that note, I did notice that Frasball Collects is in the house. They're on the wheel already with a handful of other members. I am Betty J. Gathers, Healthy G-Mom, Lori's Tech Time, and Rambling with the Brums are all on the wheel already. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in there as well. One of the most supportive creators that I've met on all of YouTube. And for today, Michael's Adventures is able to be back and has let us know how much he's missed his Superchat family over the last couple of days just due to a work schedule. He's with us every day that he can and is a beloved and dedicated friend and moderator. So, Frasball Collects was talking about some of the subscriber losses that happen with YouTube. When we have really high numbers in losses, I think when, we start getting around like 10 in a day and stuff like that, what I find is that that kind of thing is happening to the channels that are most aggressively trying to grow. So not that I'm right, I'm just saying it seems that way from the research that I have done, the things I've heard from other creators. The Stock Explorer is here. I'm just getting them onto the wheel as well. We always put the members on the wheel as soon as they get here. So, what I'm talking about is if you're bouncing in between different live streams, particularly growth streams like Superchat, and trying to add as many people as you can per day, that can be a bad thing. So the most important thing that you want to be doing is making sure you're connecting the right way. We always have our instructions in our video description, but those are meant as a guideline based on the minimums that we know work all the time. You'll notice when I put channels on the screen, they are always subscribed. Always, always, always. It is extremely rare that anybody ever loses Superchat as a subscriber, even though Superchat itself loses subscribers just like everybody else does when YouTube does its purging, which has been extremely aggressive over the last couple of weeks. So very important to make sure that you're doing all you can to connect with people. One of the things you can do is go into other creator subscribers through their channels tab here beside the playlists. And if their subscribers or subscriptions are set to public, you'll be able to see yourself in there and know if they're still subscribed to you if you connected to somebody the day before. One of the most important things, we must be watching a full video from beginning to end, at least 3 minutes long. There's a lot of different information out there about different ways to connect, and I don't want to say that our way is the right way. It's a right way. There are a lot of other strategies that you can go about, but we know that this works every time. I do hear from creators that say they never lose subscribers because they follow the procedure to a T. And they cherry pick their connections. So that's something to think about too. Maybe you want to watch what people are saying in the chats first, not just here in Superchat, everywhere. Start a conversation. You can easily get an idea as to whether somebody is interested in growing their own channel or supporting others, and therefore you might be able to determine for yourself if somebody will be a loyal and dedicated supporter before connecting with them. So these are ideas. Again, the instructions are always in our video description. They're meant as minimums. If you're having trouble and experiencing heavy losses, my suggestion is to step up your end of the game by doing twice as much as we talk about. Watch videos that are 5, 6, or 7 minutes long. Watch 2 or 3 videos. Leave comments that are 4, 5, 6, sentences long, and I'm not kidding. The idea is you want to be doing for others what you wish they would do for you. Wouldn't it be wonderful if every comment that you got was a paragraph long? Of course, we all love those comments, and they're rare, and there's a reason for that. It takes time, right? And we're all impatient. We all want to be faster, grow faster than we are. We all want to have more subscribers than we do. We all want more views and more ad money and everything else. But it comes with time, and the more you do for others, the more you're going to find people doing for you. You see it all the time. You're going to hear it in the stories that I tell today and every day here on Superchat when I talk about different creators, and the generosity that I see in them doing for others and how it comes back to them. You can hear it in the words that I speak and in between the lines in the stories that I tell. We talk about this stuff all the time. So that's a very long intro. Mrs. VSNC09, good to see you in the house. I've got you on the wheel now. I'll do some introductions in just a quick second here. Queen's Life dropped a super chat on us. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Rambling with the Brums is coming in right behind you doing the same thing. They've both done that many times before. Thank you for those. We're going to make those 2 channels the first ones that we look at before I spin the wheel. Again, the Stock Explorer, I think I welcomed you. I did put you on the wheel. And then, there's, so Bella Talks SA, there's a lot of purging and glitching that's gone on with YouTube for the last year and a half. I know over the last 2 weeks it's been very aggressive. It looks almost ridiculous to me when I look at the analytics numbers, and it happens to everybody, right? But, YouTube takes everything. The watch hours, the views, the subs, the likes, even our thumbs down disappear after a couple of days in most cases, now because of what they're doing. So we just have to make sure we're doing as much as we can for others while we're connecting with them, because you hear the stories that I tell. You see that channels are growing all the time. As a matter of fact, B-Dog channel, I'll take advantage of their story today. They've got a 1K video coming out an hour from now. They've just hit 1K. We see channels growing, passing milestones every single day, every single week here, getting monetized and finding all of the different things that we all wish for our channel. So we just have to keep at it. And lots of people announcing their videos today. One of the things you got to be careful about is self-promotion. So it's very much frowned upon in a lot of circles. You can find yourself getting banned from channels or timed out. We don't do that here, but you could in other places. Proper etiquette would be to reach out to a host and talk about the idea that you do have a stream or a premiere or something coming up, but announcing it in a live stream, saying, hey, everybody, come over and watch my video, and asking people to leave a live stream or a premiere to go to yours is a little bit... you can imagine how that would be frowned upon. So you just have to be aware of it. Self-promotion is a big, big deal when it comes to YouTube and the etiquette in between all YouTubers together. The idea, of course, is once you've got yourself enough loyal and dedicated supporters, they'll be there for all your live streams and premieres and things like that as well. There's always replays as well. So let me get some introductions happening. We've had a different kind of beginning today than usual. B-Dog channel, like I said, is in the house. Barb's Country Home, always good to see you here. Bella Talks SA, thank you again for the contribution to the conversation. Forgive me for anything I've missed in the chat. If anybody's mentioned a question or a comment that you meant for me to see and I missed it, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll try to catch it the next time around. Cabaret Gaming, good to see you in the house. Camp Silky, thanks for coming back in. Carpenter Self-Reliance was very early in the door today. Mortgage with Me, always happy to see you here. My Peaceful Moment is in the house. They've got a video coming up as well. Patty Southern Kitchen and More, good to see you here. S.A. Lagari, good to have you back. Thanks for coming in. The Weightlifting Geek is fairly new to Tuber Chat, but back again. And Timmy Ray the King is with us almost every day. Cliff Hefner, good to see you back in the house as well. Forgive me if I've missed anybody. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Queen's Life dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. They've done that many times before. I really do appreciate that extra support. I'm still getting to know this channel, but there's somebody who's been with with us here just about every single day since finding Superchat. This is another channel where we don't have a sub count, but that's okay. Like I said, we just want to push them towards the next milestone they're working towards. We just want to do all we can for each other so that everybody can grow, everybody can move forward. We all have a strong and solid foundation for our channels with groups of friends that have been made through either Superchat or places like this, so that you have that long-term support. People coming back to watch your videos, leave you comments, give you thumbs up, hang out in your live streams and premieres and things like that. So I'm just going to show you another channel here. Meanty happens to be the son of Queen's Life, and they're often here together. So this is an official music channel, as a matter of fact. So we're looking forward to encouraging this young creator by pushing them along. Again, we don't have a sub count on this channel, but we know that both of these creators have over 500 because they've got their community tabs there. So we just want to push them a little farther along. I'm going to get Rambling with the Brums up on the screen next. They also dropped a super chat. I really do appreciate that, and I see that Mortgage with Me is now coming in doing the same thing. Now, Rambling with the Brums happens to be a member. They were already on the wheel, but we're just speeding things up for them because of that super chat. Mortgage with Me will be the next channel that we look at, and then we'll get to spinning the wheel very soon. Theta Eisenberg, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming in. And my pleasure, Queen's Life. So Rambling with the Brums has 708 subscribers right now. They were actually working. I caught them yesterday. So for those of you who were here yesterday, I know not everybody could be here every day. I do appreciate every moment that everybody spends here. When I talk about Rambling with the Brums, so Scott is somebody that I've gotten to know over the last long while. This is somebody who puts a lot of focus on helping other creators, and I don't know if it was, maybe it was Lazy Days that they were pushing to get the community to help move a little bit farther with the subscribers. I think Lazy Days now has hit 500, if I understood what was happening yesterday, because I caught them on this live stream again. And Scott usually live streams at least a couple times a week, but mixes up shorts and videos as well. There's a bit of comedy here, but they come from the homesteading community, and there are a lot of very generous and supportive creators in that community, not just with each other, but expanding out. We now have a very big footprint in the Tuberchat family of creators who've come from the homesteading communities. And it's wonderful to see people really getting behind each other. Scott in particular has built up quite a reputation, not just as a supporter, but also as a moderator for a lot of channels. This is somebody who really puts a lot of focus on helping everybody move along. And it shows. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. You're going to hear the stories that I tell about a lot of these creators that I've gotten to know. Hopefully I get to know more creators better as time goes on. This is why we like putting channels on the screen, so I can get to know your content and eventually hopefully get to know the creators behind the channels. On that note, anybody can reach out anytime. I'm usually on Instagram basically 24 hours a day, and then Facebook as well most often, Twitter occasionally, but you can reach out. It doesn't have to be questions, but it can be if there's something you think I can help with. Otherwise, I'm really happy always to hear different stories or things that people have noticed about their YouTube journey, or things they've seen in the YouTube communities or here in the Tuberchat family or live streams, especially when it can benefit everybody. So you can reach out anytime, and I will appreciate it. The Gaming Ham is in the house. And we're looking at Mortgage with Me right now. They dropped a super chat. Thank you, Rambling with the Brums. Thank you, Queen's Life. And thank you, Mortgage with Me, for all that extra generous support. I really do appreciate that. The Gaming Ham happens to be a member, so we're getting them onto the wheel right away. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. There's Meanty there as well. We looked at that channel for a quick story. Yeah, B-Dog channel. You know, like I've talked about B-Dog channel a little bit. I still have to get to know this creator, but this this is somebody who came to us from Instagram first. There's an example of how using the outside social networks with simple posts promoting your videos can draw in more traffic. B-Dog Channel, if I remember the story right, found us through Instagram. All we do is put out a post every day that we stream to kind of build a little bit of audience over there. And now we have over 1,000 people on Instagram as well, and some of them have come into the Tuber Chat family, so it's great. It's Clarice, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And I look forward to getting to know these creators more and more so that I can promote the channels and the content even better. And it's not just about the individual creator, but the impact that they're having on the community as well. I put so much focus on the word generosity here, but I absolutely mean these things, even though you hear me say the same things 377 times now or more. It's absolutely true that if we give much more than we expect to receive, we end up getting it all back and more. You hear that in the stories. You see that in what happens with Tuber Chat and myself. If you watch the things that I do personally, you'll see how much support comes back. And all I do is try to support everybody as much as I can, no more or less than anybody else. I just do what I can. That's it. But because I try, people also do the same thing for me. They do it for each other, and this is why I use the word family so much. It's very common in a lot of YouTube circles to use the word family, and it's understandable, and you get the idea as you start to become a stronger participant in a lot of different communities for yourself. You start to realize that people not only support you, but actually miss you when you're not there, and notice. You know, the other day, Scratchin' PPA was having his internet worked on and missed the first stream in like a year and a half, I think. And if I remember right, I noticed at least 3 people, if not 4, asking where Scratchin' PPA was, and that was only when I noticed. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing that happens when somebody has that kind of impact. You know, Scratchin' PPA happens to be a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. I use that term to describe him all the time because he supports people so much. But that's an example. So I don't imagine anybody would have a question that Scratchin' PPA is going to eventually get everything he wants out of YouTube because he puts so much in, right? Anyway, it's just a thought. There's Kristen Welton, my love. Thank you for coming in. She's here as a member and a moderator. I'll get her on the wheel. I see that Woman Outdoors is here. One of our brand newest members, as a matter of fact, so I've got them on the wheel. Sparkles Hope Chest is in the house. And Ghostly Winds just walked in as well. And you'll hear the stories that I tell about these creators as well. Especially the ones I've gotten to know over a little while. Now, pardon me again if I've missed anything in the chat because I've been talking so much today that it's very possible I'm behind. If I've missed anything, just mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or I mentioned Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. Pardon me just for a second, then we're going to talk about Mortgage with Me. S.A. Lagari, it takes a little while to get onto the wheel. But if you have some time to spend, it's not just about how long you're here, but how you're interacting with people in the chat. I have a robot that keeps track of everything for me. When it's time, I'll reach over to the chat list and add some names, usually when we get down to about 5 or 6. Wicked Awesome Gardening, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Healthy G-Mom just dropped a super chat on us. We'll make that channel the next one that we look at before I spin the wheel. Right now we're looking at Mortgage with Me for the same reason. This is a channel that brings us finance. Now, they do talk about mortgage, but more than anything else, they're talking about budgeting and saving money in different ways. And then there's a little bit of extra variety on this channel as well. But Mortgage with Me is somebody who's with us almost every single day. They're another creator who seems to be everywhere all the time. So when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams, I run into them constantly, not just supporting, not just hanging out like, hello, I'm here, which is great. Everybody hopefully appreciates every moment everybody spends in all of their content. But Mortgage with Me also goes a step further by engaging conversation, which is a great service to any host in any live stream or premiere, because you're sending engagement signals into the algorithm. Thank you, Queen's Life. I will have a look at that. Dory UG Media, thank you for coming in. I just actually connected with them. I think it was last night. Forgive me if it was this morning. The days are blending into each other with me. But thank you for coming in. They were supporting another creator. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember which live stream I was in. I've been lucky enough to be able to get into more than usual this week. The unsubway sandwich. Yeah, we started the live stream today, Ghostly Winds, talking about that. There's been heavy losses again the last couple of days. What you might find for anybody that has lost a few subscribers over the last couple of days, sometimes they come back. But another thing that I can recommend is if you keep track of everybody you're connecting with every day, it really only takes another moment. Because if you're connecting with more than 8 or 10 people per hour here in Superchat or anywhere, it's too fast. So I could tell you that right there. That's where the problem is if you're going faster than that. But you can connect with that many people. But whether you have to use an app or write it down on a piece of paper, keep track of everybody. You can go back to them within 48 hours and see if you're still subscribed to them, first of all. And then secondly, if their subscriptions are public, go and check their channel, see if you're still in there, and you might be able to reach out politely and with patience, I hope, and let them know that they need to reconnect. So Mortgage with Me, like I said, is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, as is Healthy G-Mom. They happen to be a member, but they dropped a super chat on us, so we've just added their channel to the screen right away. Philip Lemon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. The Stock Explorer has actually a live stream coming up in about a half an hour. At some point, I'm hoping for a couple of things. I'm a fan of the channel, The Stock Explorer. So I'm hoping that one of these days, first of all, we'll get together and do a panel. But secondly, that we will probably make an arrangement to raid them so everybody can get a good look at their channel one of these days as well. I usually set the raids up at least a week in advance, and we mix them up so that we're kind of spreading the love around to different creators. But today, for instance, we have Michael's Adventures with a premiere that will be coming up in about 2 hours. Yes, absolutely. The Gaming Ham, that's a great question, but thank you for asking. So they're asking, does it help with engagement if you type in the chat and talk in the stream? Yes, absolutely. So more conversation shows YouTube that there is content there. A perfect example is if you get an opportunity to see Mrs. VSNC09 in a live stream, because their content is so specific, but they've been at it for so long that they've built up a audience. Now, forgive me, because I don't know enough about the story of how they've done it. I don't want to discount the work they've put into it and just say that simply time has made it happen. I don't know what Mrs. VSNC09 has done to build that up, but it is built up, and it has been for a long time now. So when you get into that live stream, you will see pure conversation, people really voicing opinions. And what I'm talking about is when the comments in the chat get up to 2 or 3 sentences at a time. You really know that people have something to say, they've got strong opinions and things like that, but YouTube is watching everything we do. So when we say hello to everybody, that's wonderful. When we give a couple thumbs up emojis and things like that, that's helpful always. Every message helps, every chat message, every second that you watch, every thumbs up, it all matters, right? But the more, the better. I think we all understand that. Ghostly Wins is an example. Ghostly Wins comes up with these incredibly creative things to say in the chat, but I can't imagine that much time ever goes by that they're in the chat that I don't notice because of that fact. Not to mention, they've been a friend for a long time, and I've got other stories to tell about them anyway. But it's an example, right? There's a lot of positivity that comes through the chat, but YouTube notices when people are saying the same things over and over, or when there's conversation happening, right? So it's a thought. The Stock Explorer. All chatters matter, right? Healthy Chi-Mom is up here right now. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She's with us just about every single day. She happens to be a member. She's got almost 2,600 subscribers right now and is fully monetized. So there's lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships, healthy living, healthy eating. A few have 2 videos, but a lot of other variety mixed in as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. Like I said, she's here almost every single day and is somebody who's always engaging the chat as well, for which I'm grateful. Be inspired to teach. Good to see you in the house. Yeah, it's understandable, you know, be inspired to teach. I'm sorry to hear that, you know, you feel like the idea of possibly giving up at some point. I hope not. Right? Because like all things, you know, we often say what goes up must come down, but it works the other way as well. What goes down eventually must come up. And we all go through times where things feel better at some points than others, right? It might be the most diplomatic way of saying it. Even myself, you know, a lot of times I sit and question myself. Am I doing the right things? Should I be doing other things? What am I going to do next? What mistakes have I made? How can I pick things up? How can I make things move faster? We all want to move faster, right? But hopefully by having and building a strong and solid foundation of friends and what I continuously call family members for your channel, what you'll find is that over a short amount of time, things will build up and you will have friends that will be unbelievably encouraging to you. You see the positivity that comes through the Tuber Chat streams. We have a handful of people who constantly say either fun or encouraging or inspiring or motivating things, either personally to me or to each other here in the chat and to everybody. And it's wonderful, and that can build up for you as well, and that really does help, you know. And as you grow, you know, I keep saying, wouldn't it be a wonderful world if you had 100 true friends that were looking after your interests and truly interested in your channel and your success? And I'm not talking about 1,000 subscribers. I'm talking about 100 true friends who will notice when you're not there, who show up for your live streams and premieres, who give you the thumbs up, who give you better comments than you wish, and, you know, things like that. Wouldn't it be a wonderful world? Of course it would, right? But it takes only a small amount of time to build that up. You get it by giving to others. And if you can, I promise it does come back. We see it all the time. And then you'll have the motivation there coming in from other people to give you the push that you need for another video or for another live stream, or, you know, to simply stay active and simply hang out a little bit if you need to. Not necessarily even saying I'm right. I'm just saying that this is what it seems like to me. I hope that's the case for more people, for most people. And forgive me, yeah, I know I miss a lot in the chat. I don't mean to. I'm lucky when I catch a lot of stuff. You know, I did actually have a creator the other day who had talked not too long ago about the possibility of stopping their channel or stopping YouTube. And I asked them at the time, I said, okay, if you're going to stop, just please don't delete everything, because I really do believe that people enjoyed their content. And they ended up stopping and deleting everything anyway, and then restarting another channel and all this, which is fine. We see that happen occasionally, right? But then had said, I wish that I did what you said and didn't delete anything. Now, it's not that I'm right. That's just, you know, something that a lot of people might have said. But the idea is, you know, you can always quit tomorrow. I always have felt that way in my younger years, having a job, you know, that I really didn't either care about or didn't enjoy or something like that. No matter how angry you get today or upset or frustrated or whatever, you could always quit tomorrow. So just don't do it today, because you can't go back once you've done it, right? Whereas with YouTube, you can take breaks, you can chill out if you need to, and lots of people do. It's not unreasonable to be putting out a video every week and then just miss a couple of weeks. I don't want to encourage it. There's things you can do to prevent that by scheduling your videos out in advance, but we all go through, I promise you, even I question some of the things that go on some of the time, right? So it's a thought. But thank you, everybody, for the encouraging words that you're giving as well. Hopefully anybody else that's feeling the same way that hasn't said anything can take inspiration from the things that are being said as well, because I imagine it goes on often, right? It's a tough thing, you know. Wicked Awesome Gardening, I'll tell you a story right now. I got some really heavy trolling that went on last year, and it had me question a lot of stuff. So what I was trying to do was understand how I was feeling, what I was thinking about it, so that I could understand what other people must be thinking about as well. But it had me like thinking, you know, I was called you're a scam artist and you're a disaster and you don't know anything and you're a phony and a fraud and blah, blah, blah. And I considered wiping out my memberships and turning monetization off and everything else, because it gets to you sometimes, I promise you, you know. But the idea is, well, you can always delete it tomorrow, or you can always quit tomorrow. And thank God I thought that way, because then, you know, Tuber Chat didn't change. And now it's just a laugh, right? So now when somebody says you're a scam artist, I'm like, oh, go look, buddy. I've been called a scam artist more than anybody you've ever met, so don't worry about it. And it's funny, right, afterwards. But we understand a lot of us are going through this similar things, and a lot of us, you know, take things differently. So forgive me, I know I'm into long speeches today, but Woman Outdoors is a brand new member here in Tuber Chat. As a matter of fact, they've become a member right away, but they're brand new to Tuber Chat in general. So I still have to get to know this creator and this content. My assumption is they're coming to us from the homesteading community, but I still have much to learn. We can see they're already getting some activity on their shorts videos, which is great. And they've got 246 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. I'm just going to take another video here, this flashlight review. I'm just going to add this into my catch-up list, and that will help me to get caught up, get to know your content a little bit better, and over time, hopefully, I'll promote your channel better as well. Now, forgive me, everybody, for everything that I'm missing in the chat, because when I get into these long speeches, of course, I miss even more. So if I have missed anything that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. I will keep my eyes open, try to catch it the next time. And yeah, that's good advice, B-Dog Channel. Absolutely, you shake it off, right? It's interesting, because I often will say to people as well, I wish for everybody to pay attention to the things that happen to you on YouTube, because for almost everything, when something happens for the first time, it really is the first time, right? When it comes to trolling, I don't want to get too negative, but if you don't have a hater by the time you have 1,000 subscribers, it's coming by the time you have 2. I promise you. It has nothing to do with you. It's just the way the math works. It's the way human nature works, or whatever. But the good news is, if you have people who've gone through a couple of negative things before you, they're able to share the stories, both good and bad, and then give you a little bit of extra, hopefully, positivity towards some of the things. You know, one story that I forget about all the time is just coming to mind right now. You know, Scratch and PPA had a video that got deleted by YouTube for no reason. Now, it's very easy for anybody to say, oh, but that's impossible. YouTube actually doesn't do that. But I can tell you myself, they absolutely do. I've had it happen on a channel that I run, and I had to go and fight with them to get it back, which they did get it back, because they say they can't. But they did, and they said it was a one-time thing and whatever. But can you imagine? You go through all that work, you go through all that trouble. Scratch and PPA runs premieres every Tuesday. You know what it's like having, he has sometimes 50 people, maybe even more, in his premieres. All those views, all that watch time, right down the drain. And now, his whole series of videos out of order. Can you imagine how frustrating that is? But if that story wasn't there for him to tell, and now I'm taking advantage of the opportunity to tell it as well, that might give everybody a little bit of an extra, oh, my goodness, wow, somebody's been through something even worse than I have. Wow, things aren't so bad for me today. Maybe, right? And it's a thought. Not to mention, it gives us a reminder to back up all of our stuff as much as possible, because disaster can strike. So forgive me. I'm going to try to get moving on the channels here. Thrill Seeks, thank you so much for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support. Thrill Seeks has been a dear friend for a long time. Retro Oregon, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Forgive me, I've forgotten already the name of your second channel. You'll remind me afterwards when it's time to have your channel up. Or before Eternity Lex Scratcher, good to see you here. And that happens too, Queen's Life. Now, I can tell you this. When I have experienced trolling, either myself or on other channels that I've seen or run, then it usually dissipates after about 2 weeks. So it really can suck. Some of it gets really vicious. We've all heard stories, I'm sure, by now about a little bit of that. But it's nothing to be worried about, in my own opinion, just because, like I said, it does pass. The best advice really is to ignore it. As difficult as it is, I promise you, it's so hard. But you can, right? And then it disappears. And the second time it comes around, when somebody tells you, like, oh, your videos are awful, you should quit, go do something else, get a job, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I've heard it all before. It doesn't matter, right? So, forgive me while I try to catch up with the chat. I'm sure I've missed a couple more people coming in. Northeast Lincolnshire Train Spotting Hub, good to see you in the house. Mary Queen Longman, good to see you here as well. I know you were doing something this morning. I forget if it was a premiere or a stream. Forgive me for missing that. I wasn't able to be in there. I did see it pop through, though, as a notification. And Frasball Collects is fairly new to Tuber Chat. They are bringing us a combination of numismatic collectible coins, and I'm sure precious metals. Now, I'm still getting to know this channel as well, because, like I said, they are brand new to Tuber Chat, but I'm interested to see what they're going to show us, because I'm always interested in precious metals and finance and all that kind of stuff too. But they've obviously shown to be a loyal and dedicated supporter, because they've been back just about every day since finding us. 193 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about. And then, yeah, Frasball Collects, it happens often. So like I said, I find that the heaviest losses come to the channels that are growing most aggressively. So I could be wrong about that, of course, but it seems to be the case. So if you're here in Tuber Chat trying to grab, like 20 people in a day and then moving on to another stream and trying to grab some more, that might be the answer right there. It's too fast. So what I would do is I would half speed the way that you're connecting with people. Do twice as much as you've been doing, because it's all about what you're doing for other people. I promise it comes back. If you go and connect with somebody and they're the kind of person who's never going to do anything for you, there was nothing you could do about that in the first place. It happens to all of us. But most of the people you connect with, especially here in Tuber Chat, but there's other great places too, most of the people here are going to connect with you properly most of the time. And that's really what makes everybody grow. So it's just a thought. But if you have been growing like too fast, chasing too many people, just maybe slow that down a little bit. That's my best advice, because it seems to be the case every time. Oh, you're monetized. It was an appreciation premiere. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mary Queen Longman, that I missed that. I did see a notification, but I wasn't able to be on. I just happened to see that. Yes, Queen's Life, we actually put up that channel. Mean Tea is Queen's Life's son. I noticed that after yesterday I had asked. But it's great. It's great to see a mother and son supporting each other. Actually, one of our moderators, Makeup Mom and Son, has a channel for her son as well that they're helping. And I always like the idea of encouraging young creators, because I believe it's a great thing when younger people are creating as opposed to strictly consuming, right? It's very, I grew up watching television, right? Luckily, I was creative in other ways, but it's very easy for somebody to get wrapped up in watching YouTube as opposed to making. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying I'm happy to see younger people trying to create things, and I'd love to encourage that. And the gaming cam, that's good advice. And, okay, so we're looking at Thrill Seeks, and they dropped another super chat on us, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra support. David's been a dear friend for a long time. On his channel, what he brings us is theme park and roller coaster footage in particular. I can see I'm falling behind, so I'm just going to take your latest video from Alton Towers. I'm going to add that into my catch-up list. That will help me get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. He's fully monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when you get there. He's got almost 1,300 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther. There's a little bit more variety on this channel in product reviews or unboxing videos, and sometimes live streams. Usually about once a week, it seems, he does a live stream with the intent of allowing and encouraging everybody to connect in the same way that we do here in Superchat. So you'll likely meet more friends and family members over there. And Thrill Seek shows generosity in all the typical ways that you can. And there you go, Philip Lemon. Yeah, there's a couple simple ideas for content. Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. You know, what I tell people all the time is, you know, if you're looking for video ideas, just take anything you care about, put it on a table, and talk about it for 10 minutes. That's a video. If you want to see what I'm talking about, that's what I do on my personal channel. I used to be a DJ. I still buy vinyl records to this day. Not for that reason. I just like them. But, you know, they're my worst performing videos, but I just literally take something I enjoy, put it on a table, and talk about it for 10 minutes. That's a video. Otherwise, what you can do is outdoor content really seems to do well. And live streaming is a consideration, but there's a lot to that as well. In the meantime, I believe anybody can aim to be the #1 streamer in their city. Now, it might be tough in a place like Los Angeles, New York, Toronto, things like this, where there's so many streamers and so many other content creators that have come before you. But because most people that we're going to run into live on the outskirts or outside of the big cities, then there's a lot of opportunity. Or you could just hop over to the next city, for instance, and you can start filming just about anything that you can think of. There's no reason why anybody couldn't be a city guide for their city. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it is an idea and it's out there. People are doing it already. It's not that hard to go out and aim to be #1 or close to it, right? People are always going to want to know the top 3 pizza joints in any city, no matter what. The bigger the city, the better. But if you stay out of the shark pits like Toronto, Orlando, Chicago, and places like this, you have a chance of having your videos really gain some traction, right? Or you can take inspiration from some of the bigger YouTubers that are already working in the bigger cities as well. Thrill Seeks has given us a super chat in advance. I think that's the first time that's happened. You know, no matter how many things you think that you're going to experience on YouTube, somebody will come along and amaze you, even if you've known them for a year or longer. So thank you, Thrill Seeks, for that. I will make sure that your channel goes up tomorrow for that reason. That's slightly comical. There you go, Chris's Clever Craft. And the Gaming Ham's thinking about a second channel as well. So I'm going to start moving a little bit faster through channels. I know that I've been really dragging my feet with it today. We've been into some really long speeches, but I'm happy when we get to share that content because we don't do it all the time as well. And the idea is not that I want to come from a position of telling anybody what they should or shouldn't do, or even giving advice for that matter. I do have some experience. I try to be transparent about exactly what I have and have not done. But the idea is that I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. And if we can talk about this stuff here that can benefit everybody, then we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. I constantly want to become better and improve. It's me, Alec. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Lori's Tech Time, more than anything else, is bringing us reviews of tech gadgets, which is really cool. That's, you know, right up my alley. But she also does a lot of gameplay, and she's considerate about the idea of changing up the games that she's playing to find the right things to engage with her audience in the most positive way and with the most engagement. Jamie Hart, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her. She's got another channel called The Guitar Chick, but I'll leave it to you to check that out when you get to her. She's got over 700 subscribers already and is climbing rapidly. She's another creator who's out supporting people regularly and is here with us almost every single day. She happens to be a member. I had put her on the wheel. She is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Hilda DC is in the house. She is part of our moderator squad. I'm going to get her onto our Wheel of Doom as well. And Scratch and PPA is coming up right now. We'll see what he's got going on his channel. He has his premiere already set up for this Tuesday, so we'll talk about that. We talked about it just for a brief second earlier. Oh, one thing I don't want to encourage, Philip Lemon, not that it's wrong, is taking anything without permission, though. Like, so you have to be very careful when you're taking clips of TV shows and stuff like that. Not to mention when you're working on, like, reaction videos or doing something where you're, like, taking content from other creators and stuff like that. Like, I've been asked, can people take a couple of my things? And I've kind of said, I'd rather you not, because I can't control the copyright strike ideas that are going to come through, if that makes any sense. There's an automated system, right? If YouTube sniffs out a copyright infringement, they put it into a notification area, and it is very easy to accidentally click and give somebody a strike, and I certainly wouldn't want to ever do that. I have had situations where I've had to give takedown requests. I've never given anybody, I think the first time I ever did to give a takedown notice, I might have struck that person. That's a long time ago. Now I will always give at least the 7-day takedown notice, but it's something that happens automatically. Now, the person who I did just blatantly took my video and just put it up as if it was their own, right? So, you know, it is what it is. But you have to be very careful about taking anything at all that you don't have permission for. So it's just to say, double check and think about that before you do it. Oh, thank you, everybody. Yes. One thing I haven't mentioned, if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Scratch and PPA has now crossed well over 1,000 subscribers on his way towards 1,100. He is willing to swap playlists with other creators. And if you find yourself with time to run a playlist this week, then we will all consider it a favor. If you'll run a playlist for Scratch and PPA, we all want to get behind him. This is what I talk about when in the stream when we started today. I was talking about the different stories you're going to hear about different creators. Scratch and PPA is so unbelievably supportive to so many other creators. If you haven't had a chance to connect with him yet, you definitely will want to. A lot of people send messages to me that are addressed to us. Hey, Kevin and Pete, you know what I mean? Because he's here every single day and he does so much for other people. Not to mention he is always not just the most active creator here in the Tuber Chat live streams in the chat, but by a landslide, because I have the statistics that show afterwards how many messages everybody sends, things like that. Anyway, what you'll find on Scratch and PPA's channel is one of the fastest rolling chats that you've seen on all of YouTube when he runs his premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. They're about 10 minutes long, and you will see a rush and flood of support that comes in for Scratch and PPA. It is like wildfire. It is fast-paced, high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of because he gives so much support to other people all week long. It all comes back at once. It's an interactive video series, which means that you get to vote on the content of next week's video if you follow Scratch and PPA on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook. So inspiration can be taken from the way that he uses the outside social networks to build interaction into his video series. So I hope you'll take inspiration there as well and connect with Scratch and PPA if you haven't already. BBS Kenya TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Let me spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. I might need to get you to pardon me just for a second. We're not going anywhere just yet. We're a little bit too early for a break, but I just need a moment, and I'll be right back. We'll talk about the Stock Explorer. So the Stock Explorer, I had mentioned earlier, I'm actually absolutely a fan of this channel. So what they're bringing us is level-headed and down-to-earth talk about stocks, the companies, and products behind them. They've got over 700 subscribers already, well on the road towards 800. As a matter of fact, they've got a live stream that's actually going to be starting in a few minutes. So they're on the same time as us. I don't know if they're still going to be on when we're done, but we have a premiere coming up for Michael's Adventures after Superchat in about an hour and a half as well. But we might arrange a raid into the Stock Explorer so everybody can get a good look at this channel next weekend. So we're working on it. We'll see if we can get that done. What they're bringing us, like I said, is level-headed and down-to-earth talk about the stock market and products and companies involved, but as well, crypto and possibly NFTs are going to become more of a thing on this channel soon, I'm sure. But they go everywhere from beginner tutorials about terminology and fundamentals into technical details like put and call options, as well as, like I said, crypto is a big thing. Now, they're mixing up the content and doing a great job here because they're mixing up shorts along with videos, along with live streams. Some of the live streams have charts and graphs, and some of them are simply talk. This creator has gone as far as to order a product from a company in which they have invested and then unbox that product on a live stream, which is really cool. You know, kind of like putting your money where your mouth is kind of thing. They're very forthcoming and transparent about their own portfolio. I'm just taking this extra video because I really want to see this. One thing I'm extremely interested in is stock splits. Apple did this, like, I don't know if it was 10 years ago or what it was. Their stock got to, if I remember right, if it was 800, I think it was $1,000, and they split 11 to 1. And I'll let the Stock Explorer describe to you what that is, but this will be an interesting video for anybody that doesn't already know what a stock split is. This is an educational video, I can tell you just from the title, but I'm interested to see it. Now, this creator also has a second channel called Tropical Buzz. They're showing us different types of plants and seeds from different areas, and it's more of a hobby if I understand correctly, but we'll likely learn more from this creator on this channel as well. Charlene Heel is in the house. They happen to be a member. We'll look at both of their channels when they get up here as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So let's spin the wheel. Women Outdoors, don't do too many shorts. Got lots of views and watch hours, but that's about it. That makes sense. Shorts are something that has to be considered, whether it is something that can accent your content or not. I have experimented with a few. I've done somewhere between 15 and 20 shorts, but most of them had nothing to do with anything else on my channel, which happens to be a variety channel anyway. So I decided not to continue with too much of those right now until I can do a better job of showing how they can be beneficial. But there are a lot of creators, like the Stock Explorer, for instance, that can show you how using bite-size information can benefit, because it's the same audience that is going to be looking for both those shorts and their long-form content more than likely, if that makes sense. Is it possible someone can link their second channel? Oh, Wicked Awesome Gardening, you're talking about Tropical Buzz. If you look at the Stock Explorer, if you're not already connected to them, I hope that you will anyway, but if you want to connect to the Stock Explorer, it's at the bottom of their front page. Right there. We don't do a lot of links here because so the number one reason why is because it is beneficial when we search, find, and click on creators, right? Especially when they have popular names and they're not doing well in the search results when they first start out, what will happen is they will rise up the search results because hundreds of people are searching, finding, and clicking on them as opposed to just clicking a link, right? And then YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for that channel. Eventually, almost everybody should be number one for their name because we are also active, right? So the Gaming Ham is here. This is a creator who brings us gameplay, mostly Mass Effect these days. I'm curious to see what else they might come up with on their channel. They've got 164 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about, but they also are an advocate for the amateur radio community, lovingly called Ham Radio, and therefore the name of this channel is the Gaming Ham. So it is almost time for me to get some names onto our wheel from our chat list, so I'll do that in a minute. We're about a minute early for a break, but what I'll do is I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If you have not already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded when I'm on a phone from time to time. And then if you have the ability to share this stream out right now, whether it's on a community tab here on YouTube or on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate that as well. It helps get a couple more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, not just today, but in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead. I see Sam Slogs Trains and More is in the house for a he's here as a member and a moderator. I'll get him on the wheel in a second. I will get some more names from our chat list. We're going to go on break for about 3 minutes. We're going to come back, and then we will be looking at 2 channels from Charlene Heel. All right, we're back and we're looking at Charlene Heal. Now, this is a powerhouse of energy, positivity, and motivation. Charlene Heal brings that every time they're here in Tuber Chat, almost every single day, and everywhere that they go as well. So when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams, trying to support other creators, I run into Charlene Heal constantly. And this is a creator who definitely engages conversation. Now, she does say a lot of positive, motivating things, but also engages true conversation. And like I have said many times, that can be a great service to any host, whether it's a premiere or a live stream. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Lenny the Lawyer Live, thanks for coming in. I did see Sam's Large Trains and More. I've got you on the wheel. Bella Talks SA is on the wheel with Patty Southern Kitchen and More, and the Weightlifting Geek, who is fairly new to Tuber Chat. And I will get some more names onto the Wheel of Doom as we need them when we get back down to about 5 or 6. When we look at Charlene Heal, we can also see her second channel, Business Services and Opportunities. And we'll see what she's got going on this channel as well. Pardon me. She brings us the same positivity, motivation, and inspiration on this channel, but with opportunities to build wealth. So we're watching this channel grow. She's got over 118, well, she's got 118 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 200 that she's going to be thinking about. Cosmic Cultivators, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming in. When it comes to the Wheel of Doom and how we put channels on the screen here, I know I haven't talked about it enough lately, but it's not just about how long you're here. It's about how much you're interacting with other creators in the chat. I have a robot. It's called Botissimo, and you recognize it for leaving a few messages in the chat here and there. I keep it in another window over there. And then what happens is when I need names for the wheel, when we get down to about 5 or 6, I look over at the list and I start getting names based on who's been most interactive. So it's a combination of how much you're conversating in the chat and how long you're here. But we'll get as many channels on the screen as we can. For the last couple of days, we've been able to get to everybody. We'll definitely try to do that today. We got a long way to go. We've only been on an hour. We're usually here 2 to 2.5 hours. We have a premiere coming up in a little while from Michael's Adventures as well. During that live chat, you'll be able to continue connecting the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat, so you'll likely meet more friends and family members over there. And I will leave this live stream running right up until that starts so that we can clean up our connections here. Joe Grace, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. If I've missed a question or a comment that you meant for me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. That will, I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully we'll catch it the next time around. Yes, absolutely you can. Lenny the Lawyer Live. And a lot of people might use something like Google Docs or do Google Forms to put something up that people can easily access. You just want to be careful about security there. Make sure you're putting the right document in the right place. You know, things like Dropbox I use. You have to be careful you're putting something in the public area or the private area so people don't get access to the wrong thing. But it's very easy to put links in descriptions. Absolutely, we all do it. I have a lot of links in the Tuber Chat descriptions. You can check those out and see what I've got going on there. Some of them are affiliate links, of course, and that's a great idea as well for monetization. Lenny the Lawyer Live has dropped a super chat on us, and this is somebody who always engages conversation, for which I'm grateful, because we all learn when Lenny the Lawyer Live is around, whether he's talking, asking a question that has to do with YouTube, or we get into conversation here surrounding it, then we all tend to learn. For which, like I said, I'm grateful. And Ghostly Wins. Ghostly Wins always has the most creative things to say about the Wheel of Doom. So Lenny Lawyer Live will be the next channel that we look at before we spin the wheel again. I see a new channel coming into the chat here, I think. Dork Presso, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you'd like. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster through channels now because we are in the second half of the live stream, but we've just started. So, yeah, it looks like we're doing okay. Thank you. It's me, Alec. So Kristen Welton is my girlfriend. We live together close to Niagara Falls in Canada. We have for a long time now. She's got 1,390 subscribers. We're hoping we can get her a little bit closer to 1,400. And we saw a premiere from her yesterday. Here's an example. So you know I was in that premiere, and still we have a red line that's not working. Something's up with my red lines the last couple of days. We saw that on Charlene Heal's channel yesterday as well. So she's fully monetized here, Kristen Welton, with Super Chats and memberships available. You'll notice that over the last long while, she's really been focusing on branding for her channel with thumbnails that match the banner and avatar. You have to decide for yourself whether that's the right thing for your own channel, but it can be beneficial, especially when you're doing similar content or especially the same kind of content, so that people start to recognize you. Once they've come to like something that you've done, they'll be more inclined to click on something else that they see from you. But she does lifestyle videos. She's had some success with shorts, hitting almost 20 and almost 30,000 views, as well as interviews and different live streams with other creators, like collaborations as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy that when you get there. She's here as a member and a moderator. Lenny the Lawyer Live is up next, and like I said, this is a creator who always engages conversation and was just asking about dropping links in descriptions. Easy to do. YouTube definitely allows it. The only thing that they might do is give a warning to somebody to let them know they're leaving YouTube, but that particularly is supposed to be happening with cards in videos when somebody is being sent to an outside site. So let's say an Amazon affiliate link or something like that. So it shouldn't affect it, but a lot of us drop links in our descriptions for all sorts of different stuff. Oh, pardon me. I'm working. I'm working on trying to catch the name on this channel that's just come in. Yeah, Wasn't-er Hesanusa. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. If there's something I'm missing about how to pronounce that, please just let me know so I can promote you properly while you're here, but I really do appreciate you coming in. Cute Goth Girl Gamer, good to see you here as well. Thanks for coming in. And Lenny Lawyer Live is up here right now. He's actually got a few different channels where he's bringing us legal information. And so one of the things that I can suggest, if it's appropriate, if I haven't already said it, is that when creators have more than one channel, it can be beneficial to put a featured channel section up on your front page somewhere, and then have your other channels listed, because often when somebody does hit your home page, which I don't think is very often, it's probably more often than I think it is, but when they do, if they have already enjoyed something and that's the reason that they're there, they might be inclined to follow you on your other channels as well. Frasball Collects, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support. We did look at that channel already today, but I really do appreciate that extra super chat, so thank you for that. Lenny the Lawyer Live is bringing us legal information. So one of the things that they point out sometimes in their videos is the idea that for legal advice, you must actually be in the presence of a lawyer. And I'll leave it to Lenny the Lawyer Live to clarify that when you get to his channel, but here he's given us legal information, and I like the idea of having this creator in the Tuber Chat family, because specifically we all are going to need legal information of some type in our lifetime. I absolutely believe that. I think that's beyond 99% of us. I think we all absolutely need some legal information, if not advice at some point. So it's great that we've got a friend that is, willing to help. And you can see that in the different types of information that they're already providing on their different channels. So let me just look at the next one. Boyer Coffee, was it Enterprises? Oh, yeah, see, Kristen Welton, Corinne's Life said something about that the other day as well. She just looked at something, and it must have said 13 months when she was about to put the message through, because Corinne's Life had the same thing happen, because she's been on for about 18, I think, or 16 or 18, but it does come through as saying 19. Oh, I made the mistake. It's Enterprises. Boyer Coffee Enterprises is another channel from Lenny the Lawyer Live. I'm going to take this What is a Business Coach and add that into my catch-up list. And then another channel, my Smart Jewish Lawyer, where we can get some more legal information from Lenny the Lawyer Live as well. Rock Chick Beauty just dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. She's done that many, many, many times before. We're going to make her channel the next one that we look at before I spin the wheel again. So thank you for that. Super chats, not super hats. Yes. All of those things are absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. And you do not have to super chat or be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen. Oh, Ghostly Wins, forgive me, I missed a super chat. Thank goodness Scratch and PPA just caught that. Forgive me for that. So Ghostly Wins will come up actually right before Rock Chick Beauty. Forgive me for missing that. I don't know how I missed that. It's very colorful as well. And Kristen Walton dropped a highlighted milestone message as well. What those are, if you saw that fly by in the chat, is a message that's available to anybody who's a member on a channel where those are enabled for free every month. And it looks like a super chat, but it's colored green for the member, so it's really, really cool. And you'll notice that it takes life off of the stream boss as well. I didn't realize this. Forgive me. Frazball Collects actually became our stream boss a little while ago. And what I'm talking about is the video game life meter under my camera there. The last person to knock the life out of the stream boss with a super chat or a membership becomes the next stream boss. So Frazball Collects will have some extra exposure for a little while. And you notice that those highlighted milestone messages take some of the life off as well. So, forgive me, is it 3 channels or 4 that Lenny the Lawyer Live has? I hope it's 3 because I'm forgetting the 4th if there was a 4th one. But we've got lots of opportunity to meet Lenny the Lawyer Live and get some legal information. Sparkle's Hope Chest has been a member for 9 months. Just dropped another highlighted milestone message through the chat. Thank you for that. Sparkle's Hope Chest has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long, long time. They're here with us almost every single day as well. We're going to look at that channel soon enough. I've got it on the wheel, and Ghostly Wins is here with 700 subscribers exactly right now. My guess is that they probably went past 700 and got knocked back down to 700 or below, but they're floating around there now. Oh, Lenny the Lawyer Live. Okay, I was thinking for a second I might be missing one. Ghostly Wins is somebody, at the beginning of the stream today, I talked about the stories that you'll hear me tell, not just today, but every day here on Superchat about different creators that come through our community and the Superchat family. Now, Ghostly Wins has been with us for a very long time. They were featured, and I think it was last February, actually. They reminded me, but I think it's like well over a year ago now. I haven't been featuring channels lately, but Ghostly Wins was overdue when they were featured. They've been with us for a very, very, very long time, almost from the beginning of TuberChat, and they are somebody who shows generosity in all the typical ways that you can on YouTube, but also this is a creator that brings to mind for me the idea that there are people out there that will truly have your back. right? They don't have to be moderators. They don't, or anything like that. Just people who become friends over time where you're supporting each other. And you see that Ghostly Wins is contributing to the conversation here in Tuber Chat. They always bring fun with them every time they're here in the chat. But outside, there are people who are truly going to have your back. And what I'm talking about is noticing things that go on, maybe on your own channel, maybe in your own streams or your chats, or maybe out in the YouTube streets as well. And then bring things to your attention that really goes over and above the typical ways that we see generosity on YouTube. Ghostly Wins shows generosity over and above all the typical things that we usually see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. They bring us retro gaming, and even though I've grown up with this stuff, I find that they're introducing me to new games all the time. So they're a very energetic creator. They're able to keep up with the gameplay and the chat while they're in a live stream, but they mix up the videos as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I've just taken their latest video, added it into my catch-up list, and you see they've got a lot of familiar faces in their featured channels list here as well. And then thank you, Jamie Hart, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. For that reason, we're going to make your channel the next one that we look at after Rock Chick Beauty. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel soon enough. April Showers, good to see you here. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. The unsubway deals, yes. That'd be a great theme for if anybody's got the time in the next few days for an April Fool's video. That would be funny. I always have these ideas for April Fool's videos. I never get them done, and then all of a sudden I look at the calendar, I realize it's too late now. Let's get Rock Chick Beauty up here, and thank you, Ghostly Wins, again for another super chat. They've done that many, many, many times before, as has Rock Chick Beauty. So we're looking at these channels right away. Jamie Hart will be next, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. So, and we still got a long way to go. Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up in an hour, so we'll get as many channels on the screen as we can between now and then. We should be able to get to everybody. Rock Chick Beauty has 700 subscribers. This is a creator, not the one I was speaking of earlier today, but this is a creator who reset and restarted her channel just about a year ago. And, you have the benefit then of, I don't want to encourage anybody to do that, but if you do, like what Rock Chick Beauty has done, you have the benefit of saying, if I knew then what I know now, wouldn't I be able to do better and move faster? So that's why we're seeing Rock Chick Beauty move so much faster this time around, in my own opinion, because they had some experience already, were able to give their channel a restart, refresh, start building content again from the beginning, and have recently started live streaming as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her. She's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long, long time. You will be able to take inspiration from her in the idea that she dresses up her channel often for special occasions and events that fall throughout the calendar, holidays and things like this. So you'll get a lot of inspiration in the presentation and branding on this channel. But Rock Chick Beauty, like I said, has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long time. Emotions in the house, that is our talented singer and songwriter friend, who is here both as a moderator and a gold member. So we will see their link drop by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so. Forgive me, Jamie Hart, I didn't mean to spin the wheel, but I just did by accident. It actually happened to come up on your name, but I had your name set aside because of the super chat that you just sent. I really do appreciate that extra support. Let's see what Jamie Hart has on their channel. Now, I'm still getting to know this creator as they're fairly new to Tuber Chat, and it seems to be that there is a bit of variety in movie reviews that are done on this channel. Now, they did just send a message through with their super chat. I'm going to go back and read that for a second. Region Free movie review channel are you part of? Oh, I see. Okay, so Region Free is another channel. I'll leave it to everybody to find that after they catch you. There it is right there in their featured channel section. This is what I was talking about. So for anybody that has more than one channel of their own, featured channels can be a great thing you can do with other creators as a collaboration or just to feature some things that you enjoy. But if you have more than one channel, setting up a section of featured channels and putting your other channels there, whether it's at the bottom of the page or anywhere at all, will help a lot of creators find them. And like I said, when you have somebody who's a true fan of your channel, which will happen hundreds and thousands of times, right, eventually, is if they hit your home page, they might be inclined to follow your other channels when they know that you have more than one. My Peaceful Moments still in the house. Good to see you hanging out. And I'm going to get some more names onto our wheel soon enough. I'm going to try to speed things up now and get a little bit faster through channels. We still got a long way to go. We should be able to get to everybody, but I know our speeches have been quite long today. Jamie Hart has 376 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 that they're thinking about. I just want to take another one of your videos. I'm just going to take this long stream replay. I'm going to add this into my catch-up list, and that will help me get to know your channel a little bit better. Ace Flaw 1, good to see you in the house. Wicked Awesome Gardening, thank you so much for that super chat. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up right now. And we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Wicked Awesome Gardening is another channel I'm still getting to know because they're fairly new to the Superchat family, but I believe they're coming to us from the homesteading community. Makes sense with the name of this channel, of course. So I've still got to get to know their content. I'm just going to take this Tomato Madness video. It looks like a challenge of some sort that you've got going on. I see final round of voting here, so I'm going to get to know what you got going on there. It looks like you're adding some fun into your channel in amongst the content, and I see you're putting a lot of work into your thumbnails as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy the variety that comes in this channel. We obviously have much to learn from creators who are running channels this way, especially with a name like Wicked Awesome Gardening. I think we are going to be able to learn, especially when yard to table, or garden to table or farm to table is such a big deal these days, right? The price of everything is going up, and a lot of homesteading channels are teaching us how to be a little more self-sufficient, right? So Wicked Awesome Gardening, I'm looking forward to getting to know your channel better. 1,350 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,400 that they're thinking about. And thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra support. So let's see what's coming up with Hilda DC right now. She's a member of our moderator squad, a very much loved and well-respected creator. Forgive me, Emotion. I thought I put your name on the wheel when I mentioned you. I didn't do it yet. Emotion is on the wheel now. Like I said, they happen to be a moderator and a gold member. So we'll see their link drop by Nightbot, and we see their channel in the slides that I run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream as well. But we'll look at their channel soon enough. They actually have more than one. Hilda DC, like I said, is a very much loved and well-respected creator. She is extremely positive, motivating, and inspiring. And you'll find that when you're on her channel, whether it's in her videos or live streams. Now, most often you'll find product reviews, particularly with food challenges or mukbang videos, but there are always positive affirmations coming both from this creator and in the special effects that run throughout her videos. So it makes it a pleasure to watch. What you're going to find is a very engaged live chat as well. She has one of the most engaged live chats that go on during her premieres and streams that I see within the Superchat family. Hilda DC is definitely a shining jewel in our community, but like I said, just happens to be extremely positive, motivating, inspiring, and she's been a member of our moderator squad for a very long time. She's fully monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and she's having some success with shorts videos as well, so hopefully that continues also. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. Thank you, Philip Lemon. Lenny the Lawyer Live. Actually, we did spectacularly yesterday. I think we did 120 before we were done or something like that. Today, I'm not sure if we're going to do it. You can usually guess. I forgot the whole first hour to even ask. I think I only asked one time. Usually I do it 4 times, 3 or 4 times. about thumbs up. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Usually, when we get 70 thumbs up in the first hour, there's a chance that we're going to hit 100 that day. We don't hit 100 every day, but it's almost every day now, which is great. And the last couple of days have been unbelievably busy. There's reason for that, and I plan to talk about that, the things I've done this week to try to improve things a little bit. And that just comes down to leaving more and better comments on videos while I've been able to either watch or run playlists. And then as well, I've just been lucky this week. I've been able to be in a lot more streams and premieres. So that's helped as well. Prasi Malembe, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. But thank you, everybody, for those thumbs up. If anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I am Betty J. Gathers. I'm just going to take this video. I know I've got your latest one, but I'm going to take your intermittent fasting video, and I'm just going to add this into my catch-up list. I just want to see what you have to say about that. I know that intermittent fasting is something that is very beneficial, or at least seems to be, and is quite popular these days, but I just want to hear your take on it and see what you've done in that video. I am Betty J. Gathers, as somebody who's talking to us about healthy living more than anything else, and a lot of variety on this channel as well. You can see the generosity in this creator in many different ways. They happen to be a member here on Superchat, so we put them on the wheel as soon as they were here today, but she's usually here early and here for almost the entire live stream. She's here almost every single day as well. And as a matter of fact, we've gotten a lot of extra thumbs up just from I am Betty J. Gathers, because she's pushing for them all the time, for which I'm grateful. You can see a lot of familiar faces in her featured channels lists here. And this is what I keep talking about. This is what I find to be a beneficial collaboration, if you want to call it that. When you feature channels on your front page this way, you're saying to the YouTube algorithm and to your audience that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels hopefully feature you in return, they're saying to their audience and the YouTube algorithm that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on your audiences and on the YouTube algorithm when your channel is featured on so many other creators' front pages this way. So I recommend it for anybody that's willing to do it. It's a great way to get a friendship started with another creator by trading favors. And if you have featured Tuber Chat on your front page, just please make sure I know so I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that. So Patty's Southern Kitchen and More is coming up. This is another creator who seems to have been with us just about every single day since finding Tuber Chat quite some time ago now. We don't have a sub count on this channel, but that's okay. We just want to push them towards the next milestone they're working on. We know it's over 500 because we see their community tab there. They've got shorts videos. Some of those are starting to really move. One with almost 1,000 views here, and then they're mixing up the videos as well. Hopefully everybody will enjoy that. We get a little bit of variety in amongst a lot of delicious looking content, so hopefully everybody will enjoy that. I don't want to fall too far behind, so I'm going to take your gardening video, add that into my catch-up list. That will help me stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. It's time for me to get some names for our Wheel of Doom, so I'm going to do that right now. And it takes me a moment. My robot Bottissimo, they just changed the way one of their pages works, where I used to copy and paste, and it makes it take an extra couple of minutes now when I try to do this. But Philip Lemon is going to be coming up right now onto the wheel. And we will get Camp Silky, who's been here for quite some time, and Cabarar Gaming, who's an extremely supportive creator who supports on all of my channels and actually has a couple of their own. We'll look at both of those when they come up. Let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's next. for right now, it's going to be Sparkle's Hope Chest. Now, this is a creator I love telling the story from, and I tell it every single day because it is something that really stands out. One of the biggest complaints that I get on YouTube from creators, I hear like all different things. Anybody can reach out to me anytime. I'm usually on Instagram. It's the best way. But one of the biggest complaints that I get is the idea that why is it so hard to get my in real life family and friends to support my YouTube channel and videos when I can find people on YouTube who are willing to do it? So it makes this story that I'm about to tell a little bit more special in my own opinion, and that's why I like talking about these two creators so much. So Sparkle's Hope Chest originally came to us quite some time ago. It's well beyond a year now, probably closer to a year and a half, from a mutual friend, Froggy Went to Knitting. They have a really tight community between them. They've got lots of very supportive channels among them, and we've met more friends through Sparkle's Hope Chest and her friends as well. Sparkle's Hope Chest has another Motel Life series video coming out tomorrow. That's one of the most notable series on her channel. She actually brings us pure variety, but in her Motel Life series of videos, she's giving us a great look at the creator behind the channel and some life changes that she's gone through in the last 6 months or so. So the story that I want to tell, though, is the idea that when we look at her featured channels here, we see Wolf Spirit Productions. That is the daughter of Sparkle's Hope Chest in real life. Now, these two creators run separate channels completely separately. They have their own styles of content in most cases, except when they collaborate, but they do that when they can. So I just think it's that much more special when we have a mother and daughter combo that are supporting each other so much. They're here almost every single day, both of them together. They're never too far behind each other. Wolfsbear Productions was talking about being busy for a couple of days, but Sparkle's Hope Chest is here right now. Now, I'm going to show you Wolfsbear Productions' channel anyway, because like I said, they're here almost all the time. Wolfsbear Productions happens to be a gold member here as well, so we see them every day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, and their link is dropped by Nightbot. But you can see that they've got Sparkle's Hope Chest here, mom to them, in the featured channel section right away, along with a few more familiar faces. They've collaborated many times with Brenda Davis, which is cool. And like I said, they both have different styles of variety on their channel. Wolfsbear Productions happens to be a truck driver, so they take us not only on their routes, but to a lot of different destinations, and they give us a great look at the creator and their home life behind the channel as well. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention, because I think it's just wonderful that these creators support each other so much when we're talking about a mother and daughter who run separate channels. So Cabaret Gaming is coming up next as well. And they both happen to be members, so that's why they're so noticeable. Nikki D Official, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Philip Lemon. Yeah, it just takes time. Cliff Hefner's still in the house. Thank you for being here. Bellatox SA has been on the wheel for a while. Mrs. VSNC09 has been on there since almost the beginning of the stream. And then the Weightlifting Geek is there with Emotion, and Camp Silky was just added with Cabaret Gaming. So Cabaret Gaming is a creator who supports on all of my channels, and I'm very grateful for that. For anybody who hasn't already seen it, the same music that you hear in the background of Superchat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have all that available on a separate channel. All that music's available on all the major platforms, but you will find links to free MP3s in the bottom of the descriptions of each song on that channel. So I hope you'll check that out. I do ask for attribution, but it's very easy to add those songs and things like that, and I'll appreciate it. Facing Reality, good to see you here. Joe Grace, yeah, I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know it takes a long time to get onto the wheel or the screen, but it is open to everybody. We usually get to everybody's channel by the end of the stream. I know it just takes a long time, and it's a long wait from the beginning. Facing Reality, no, today we started the regular time. We've been on for about an hour and a half. We got about an hour to go, or somewhere around there. Cabarar Gaming brings us gameplay videos, and much like Ghostly Winds, who we spoke about earlier, this is a very dynamic host. These are a couple of creators. They remind me of each other just in the content. They play different styles of games, but both of these creators are able to draw you into their excitement. You can feel the happiness and good time that they're having. They're able to keep up with the gameplay, keep up with the chat at the same time, and I feel like it draws you in. I find myself getting in with these creators on their live streams, and time seems to fly while I'm in there. And it's because of their excitement, and this is what I talk about when I say, you know, they're a dynamic host. So Cabarar Gaming has been unbelievably supportive, as has Ghostly Winds for all this time. I just talk about these creators interchangeably because they happen to be gamers and have similar style, even though the gameplay is different. But Cabarar Gaming is somebody who has a couple of channels. They come in every day with both of them. They give us the extra thumbs up, for which I'm grateful, and they'll likely do the same thing for you. Now, I'm just going to go over to their second channel, which is Cabarar Vlogs. We get tutorials, tips, tricks, and tech, and vlogs and unboxing videos as well. So hopefully everybody will support Cabarar on both of these channels. Cabarar Vlogs is the second one, and with 127 subscribers, we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about. Charlie Grace, good to see you here, and Mysterious Granny, good to see you in the house for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. If anybody hasn't already and would like to swap playlists with other creators here in the chat, just please simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Radical Productions, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Craig's Outdoor Adventures, always good to see you in the house as well. Radical Productions is a channel I'm going to look forward to talking about. I'm actually going to do something different. I'm going to put them on the wheel. You'll understand why when we get to their channel. But they've been a longtime friend of Superchat, and I took the time to watch a particular video. We'll see it when I pull their channel up, and I just want to describe it to everybody because I think it's great what they're doing. So Philip Lemon is here with 131 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about. Philip Lemon brings us pure variety, but they're somebody who's here with us almost every single day. They always engage conversation in the chat, and they're posting frequently. So when we look, I'm only behind by one video, but hopefully we'll see some more from Philip Lemon as well. And this is another creator who seems to be out supporting a lot of creators. I run into them regularly when I'm out bouncing in between other premieres and live streams. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. We can see they're experimenting with shorts videos as well and starting to get some activity on those. Hopefully that continues also. So we'll move a little bit faster through channels now because we have been on over an hour and a half. We've still got a long way to go. We've got another almost hour. We're going to visit a premiere from Michael's Adventures. And that will be about 30 minutes long after Tuber Chat today. And you'll be able to continue meeting friends and family members there during that live chat, the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. And then as well, I'll leave this live stream running right up until the moment that we go over there. So it's already scheduled for about 50 minutes from now, just over 45 minutes from now. We'll likely come right around to that exact time. and we're going to get as many channels on the screen as we can between now and then. We should be able to get to everybody. We've been able to get to everybody lately. The Weightlifting Geek is here with 631 subscribers. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm not sure if they're still in the chat with us right now because they were here from the beginning of the live stream, but they've already shown to be a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, even though they're brand new here in Tuber Chat. This is their second channel, the Relaxed Joe ASMR, but they've also got Tuber Chat featured there, for which I'm grateful. I'm just going to take their latest video. I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to stay caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. And for a second right now, I'm just going to show everybody how you can feature channels on your front page if you haven't already done it. I keep talking about this because it's a great way to collaborate with other creators, trade favors, and get your channel featured much more. I believe it has really heavy impact on the algorithm, but I'll show you how to do it right now, and this can be a great benefit for anybody that has more than one channel. For instance, you hear me talk about it on Tuber Chat, but we have a few featured channel sections. At the bottom of our home page is where you find our copyright-free music channel, and that's an example of what I mean when I say you can feature your own channels if you have more than one. So we can get to this a couple of different ways. We can get to it by hitting the Customize Channel link on the front of our page, or from the left side of our YouTube studio on the Customization tab. And Craig's Outdoor Adventures, yes, thank you very much as well. You will have been added into our Twitter list as well. Anybody who tweets or retweets for Tuber Chat gets added into our Twitter list, and they are all creators who are in the Tuber Chat family, active on Twitter, and are willing to share for others. The idea, of course, is if they're willing to do it for us, they might be willing to do it for you. If you're the kind of creator who enjoys sharing for others, then you might be able to find some friends on Twitter to trade favors with, share each other's videos, and get some outside traffic coming in from Twitter. Georgia Girl, I Am Every Woman, the Dream Team is in the house. Oh, yes, and Queen's Life is talking about the timestamp. So let's say an hour and 40 minutes into episode number 377. If you wanted to make note of this, is where we're talking about how to feature channels on your front page. Georgia Girl is a member, so I'm just getting her onto the wheel right away. There's a lot of different things you can do to dress up your front page. This is what it looks like when you get in there. You have the chance to put a trailer or a featured video on your front page, and then a lot of different sections, and I think YouTube's just expanded this to 12 now. It was 10 previously. We have 3 featured channel sections, 2 for members, and then 1 that's actually the featured channels that we talk about. We also have a couple of shelves here that are playlists of shout-out videos that have been done by other creators. Some of them are videos that have been done about Tuber Chat. Some of them are shout-out videos where a lot of channels have been mentioned and Tuber Chat has been included. So, if you don't already have a featured channel section, you can click this add section here and you see all the different things that YouTube gives us. I'll leave it to you to explore those, but featured channels is down here at the bottom. You can click on that, and then once it's on your front page here, you can drag it up and down wherever you'd like on the page. When you're ready to start editing or adding channels, you just click on Edit Section Contents. When you get into this screen, you're able to change the name if you want. Lots of people come up with creative names for their featured channels. I just leave it as featured channels here because we talk about this so much. I want to show everybody. And all I have to do to add a channel is look for the Weightlifting Geek. And you'll see that it comes up right away. There they are. All I have to do is click this box beside their name in the search results, and they come up at the bottom of the list. So I just click done. Now it's very important to click publish. Now we know that those changes will propagate on the front page, and the next time that we go and look, we will see that the Weightlifting Geek has been added to the end of the very long list of featured channels on Tuber Chat now. I think we're well over 150. So let's get to our next channel. We'll spin the wheel and see who's up next. we will get to Georgia Girl. Look at that luck. She just came in. I added her to the wheel, and she's the first channel chosen as soon as she gets here. So Georgia Girl, I Am Every Woman, the Dream Team, is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She's been a friend of Superchat for a long time. I've been lucky to catch her, even recently, on a couple of live streams again. There's one just from a few days ago I managed to catch for a quick second. And she posts frequently, so I don't want to fall behind. I'm just going to take this 30-minute video. I'm going to add that into my catch-up list. That will help me stay caught up, make sure I don't fall behind. And with 636 subscribers, I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 700 that she's thinking about. Like I said, she's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for quite some time, so I hope everybody will connect with her if you haven't already. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment, and I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded when I'm on a phone, particularly. So let's spin the wheel. If anybody has the ability to share this stream out right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate that as well. It helps get more people into Tuber Chat today, but could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, not just today, but in the coming days and possibly even weeks again. Sam's Logs Trains and More is coming up right now. They happen to be a moderator and a member. We'll talk about this channel while I look over at my list and get a few more names onto our wheel. And what we find on Sam's Logs Trains and More is a lot more than train videos, but there are a lot of train videos there. Sometimes he's indoors, sometimes outdoors, sometimes taking a ride, or sometimes giving us a look around. And there's a lot more variety on this channel as well, in product reviews, unboxing videos, random live streams, game nights, and once a week he does a live stream with the intent of letting people connect in his chats the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. So you'll likely meet more friends and family members when you're over there with Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. So I'm just looking at what I can do about adding names to our wheel. I'm probably going to do this from our more manually now. Ace Flaw 1 will come up. Cliff Hefner has been here for a while. Come Hither with Heather just came in. Good to see you here. Craig's Outdoor Adventures. I'll get some more names as we need them. Let's spin. Sam's Logs Trains and More has lots of ways to support him when you get there, including super chats and memberships. Of course, he's monetized, and he's getting close to 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther. Craig's Outdoor Adventures is last onto the wheel for now, but first up as soon as I spin. So we'll see what they've got going on their channel. Another creator coming to us from the homesteading community more than anything else. And from these creators, like I said, I believe there's a lot to learn about self-sufficiency and for a lot of activities outdoors, as well as some of the things that we can do when it comes to self-sufficiency as well. So Eternity Luck Scratcher hasn't been on the wheel yet. Got you on there now, and I'll add some more names shortly. Craig's Outdoor Adventures has 1,230 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,300 that they're thinking about. We see that they're getting some activity on some of their shorts videos as well. Baskets Resale is in the house. They're going to show us how to buy low and sell high and profit, marrying together the offline and the online. My Peaceful Moment is still in the house. I'm going to likely get you onto the wheel in another moment here. Philip Lemon, thank you for the like and share on Facebook. We have a Facebook group for anybody that hasn't seen that either. When we started Tuber Chat a year and a half or almost 2 years ago, I had started a private group on Facebook for whatever reason, feeling that might have been a good idea. But you can't change a private group to a public one after you've set it up. So I had to restart one just a few months ago. Now we've got well over 100 people on there now, but you can share your videos there, and lots of people do. So I hope that you will. So if you're somebody who's active on Facebook, I hope you'll join that group and share your videos over there as well. Cliff Hefner is here with 52 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 60 that they're thinking about right now. Get them moving a little bit farther on the road towards that first 100. I'm just going to get my peaceful moment onto our Wheel of Doom. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Cliff Hefner. They've been a loyal and dedicated supporter to TuberChat for a while. And if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I've been on Facebook for a long time, as a matter of fact. So anybody can add me there if you'd like to, if you're somebody who uses Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. Now, so for TuberChat, we have pages or accounts set up for that. So on Instagram, I have my own, and TuberChat has one. On Facebook, I have a profile. TuberChat has a page. On Reddit, I'm on there. But TuberChat has a subreddit as well where you can share your videos. And I like Reddit because I know that we do get some traffic from there, or at least other creators do when I share their videos. Most of you see me sharing videos on Reddit all the time because it's so fast. It's fast like Twitter. And then, of course, Twitter, I have one, and TuberChat has one as well. So you can connect with me in all these places if you'd like. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook every day, Twitter a couple of times a week. So let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And it doesn't have to be questions. I love talking YouTube. This doesn't stop for me at the end of TuberChat. Kristen has to listen to it for hours on end before and after I come on. But then as well, I enjoy hearing things that people have to share, whether it's about your own YouTube journey or things you notice as well, especially if it could be beneficial either to me or to everybody here in TuberChat. I like that as well. Reddit is just another social network, so you just make an account like everywhere else. You'll need an email address and this and that. They might have a limit on you not being able to post, much like TuberChat now has the subscriber-only mode on. People can't chat unless they've been a subscriber for 20 minutes. Reddit might have a limit on when you can start posting, but there's a subreddit in there. It's basically a forum. It's almost, you could think of it like a Facebook group, but it's called TuberChat, of course, and once you find it, you'll be able to get your video shared in there very, very easily. You'll be able to see the link dropped here through the chat often as well, and it's in the descriptions of our videos also. Yeah, I think I didn't add it into the stream elements. I should. That link that message that comes up there is talking about Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, but I should add Reddit into there. I forget if it's in one of the robots or not. The robots can really be helpful. I use 4 of them here, right? Nightbot, Stream Elements, Stream Labs, and Botissimo, which is a paid one. But they can take a bit of pressure off of your moderators, right? We don't need the mods to keep dropping links for Twitter, and like our gold members, like Chris Yell there, has a link dropped like Emotion does, and Makeup Mom and Son does, and Wolf Spirit Productions does, and a few other creators. But the mods don't have to do it because the robots can take care of that for us. And those kind of things, I believe, can help your moderators enjoy your streams more as well. It's great that people are willing to help, but you don't want them just working the whole time, right? Like on dropping links and looking things up and finding people and things like that, in my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying it would be great if the moderators could enjoy the streams as much as everybody else, or as much as possible, right? So, Bella Talks SA is here, 133 subscribers on this channel. Now, they've got shorts here on their front page, but when we dig into their videos, we get an idea of much more that they're doing. A lot of streaming, obviously. Now, I'm behind with this channel, but I'm just going to take, your latest replay here, and I'm just going to add that into my catch-up list. That will help me get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. I'm still getting to know this creator, but over time, hopefully I'll get to know your content a little bit better, and then we will be able to promote the channel better when we see them every time that they're here. Emotion just dropped a super chat on us. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. He's done that many times before. Emotion is a talented singer and songwriter. We're going to look at that channel, or that creator right now, with 2 channels actually, and they happen to be a gold member as well. So this is what I was talking about when we say that here in Superchat we don't do a lot of links, but our gold members do have their links dropped automatically by one of the robots, Nightbot, regularly. Emotion is one person who's having that happen. Bottissimo usually comes in and drops a link after a super chat goes through, but they haven't been doing that. And Emotion has just grabbed himself the Stream Boss position as well. So what I'm talking about is the video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss, and Emotion has just taken over. He'll get some extra exposure for a little while for that reason. Now, this is an incredibly popular name for a channel, Emotion, so we have to go a little bit farther to find them in the search results without too much trouble. Again, it's much better to search, find, and click on a creator than to look for their link. But what we're going to do is put Emotion New Soul into the search bar. Now, I've just copied and pasted that into our chat here, so you can copy that if you want to, or just type it out. Queen's Life. So I use Nightbot, Stream Elements, Streamlabs, and Bottissimo. You'll see them come through the chat here with check marks and wrenches, and you'll know who they are by what they're saying, right? They're the ones who are just spewing off the same messages over and over and over again. But they can be really helpful. The other reason why I use 4 is because each one has a great strength. They're all good. They all have different, a lot of them do the same things, but some of them are even better at some things than others. Like I said, Bottissimo is a paid one. I do have an affiliate link in the video descriptions, but if one goes down for the day, you can always pick up what you need with the other one. Like, for instance, so I promised that our gold members will have their links dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so. Now, if Nightbot goes down for the day, I got to make that up in some way, shape, or form, right? Lots of people are going to be understanding with you if you have a promise that you have to make up for, but you want to make sure you do it. Lenny the Lawyer Live is talking about any ideas for a remote control for video using Sony point-and-shoot cameras that can turn it on and off to shoot video in an autofocus mode. Now, you'll have to forgive me particularly because I know very little about Sony cameras as opposed to, I barely know anything about Canon, but I know that what you're talking about has to be available, because it's such a good idea that there must be devices out there or apps that can control these things by Bluetooth on your phone and stuff like that. So my guess would be that you will be able to find an app, if not a device, that will be able to take care of that. Most of the cameras have autofocus in one way, shape, or form. But Sony is so popular with their point-and-shoot cameras that I can't imagine that they wouldn't have that. So forgive me if I'm mistaken, but the best idea that I have right now, I know it's not the most helpful thing in the world, would be to say that there must be apps or devices, and I would bet on it. But thank you for that question. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. If anybody's mentioned a question or a comment that you meant for me to see that I missed, please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or I mentioned Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier, and I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Pardon me. The Inspired Empowered Mama, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Emotion is up here right now, and thank you one more time, Lenny the Lawyer Live, for another super chat. He's done that countless times. I really do appreciate that extra support. And Emotion is up here right now. Now, this is a talented singer and songwriter with an official music channel. We see that by the music note that's here, with 2,500 subscribers, already working towards 2,600. We've watched this channel grow rapidly, and partially because they've experimented with some reaction videos that have done very well. Now, not anybody can just do any reaction video and have it fly. That's not the way that works. But because Emotion put a lot of research and consideration into what kind of reaction videos to do based on his other content, he was able to really make some magic happen with a couple of these things. And he's got, more than anything else, his original works on his channel. I can see I'm falling behind here, so I'm going to have to catch up. I'm going to take this, I'm going to replay this again afterwards. He's got a live stream going right now. And actually, I'll take this as well, because I missed that a cappella yesterday. And what we find is his original works, usually in the form of music videos, but as well sometimes compilations like this here that is running right now. Sometimes he runs Premiere, sometimes live streams, and we often have rated Emotion. We'll probably do that again next weekend, as a matter of fact. Yeah, Lenny the Lawyer Live, my bet would be there has to be apps. They're just almost seriously has to be. I really believe that. Even if it had to be a third-party one. Oh, Philip Lemon, I'm using Mac. You can usually tell because the way that my windows look here, you can see the Apple menu up here in the top left, and this like red, yellow, and green. This is like, as opposed to Windows, how we expand our windows or shrink them and close them and things like that, right? Emotion has a second channel. I'm going to show you that as well. This is where we get a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of the music made by Emotion, and we get a great look at the creation behind the creator behind the channel as well. I'm just going to take this video and add that into my catch-up list. That actually looks like it must be a continuation or a complementary video to the other a cappella video that he put out yesterday. So we'll have to see both of these. He's got 409 subscribers over here. There's a few reaction videos here as well. So just a little bit of variety, but hopefully everybody will support Emotion on both of these channels. You saw on his original channel, there is a lot of ways to support him over there, including super chats and memberships when you get there. And let's spin the wheel. And then as well, for anybody that wants to know, so I'm using Streamlabs desktop. I'm very lucky to be using two monitors, and that's the, or not two monitors, I have an iMac, right? That's what I'm working on. That's what you see me working on right now, is the iMac. And then on a separate monitor, I'm running Streamlabs desktop, and I'll show that to you in a second here. And this is where I am dragging in the other screen as a window up here in the top right, and then all these other things are individual panels, and that's too much to go into on this particular stream, but you get an idea of the system that I'm using. I just happen to have been Mac on for quite some time. The prices on those things have changed over the years, where now, like, every computer seems to be so expensive that the difference between Windows and Mac is not as far as it once was. So considering when you buy a Windows computer, you often have to get a monitor, keyboard, mouse, and all that stuff. Buying a Mac Mini, you can get a Mac Mini for under 1,000 Canadian now, and then get a monitor, keyboard, and mouse to go along with it as well. Cheap, cheap, cheap if you want. And, you know, obviously works just as well, but the price point is not that different. Here in Canada, it's difficult to find a computer, like even a Windows Tower computer or Mini Tower, in any of our popular stores like Staples or Best Buy or The Source for, I don't know if The Source even sells computers, even Walmart. I don't think you could find a computer under $500, if not $600, you know what I mean? And there you're talking about the base. So it's a thought. Oh, and there you go. Yes, Queen's Life. I saw Minty in the front of your channel. We looked at them earlier today easily because of that. I got to get some more names onto our chat list, so I'll do that in a moment. I talked about Mrs. VSNC09 earlier today because one of the things that they do on their channel is a lot of royal family coverage, and they get a really engaged conversation going in their streams when they do that. So I hope you'll check out Mrs. VSNC09 just for that reason alone. Not to mention, this is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. This is somebody who's here with us just about every single day. And every day that I'm out supporting other creators, I run into them, I think, every single day. They literally are one of the creators who I describe as seeming to be everywhere all the time. So I hope you'll experience that for yourself. She's got 2,200 subscribers right now, climbing along nicely, and will soon be thinking about 2,300. Fully monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. You see the focus they're putting on a lot of featured channels on their front page here, and then as well they mix up some variety in their videos as well. MLW Fishing Man, good to see you in the house. Yeah, Prosi Malembi, I don't know what's going to happen in the next year when it comes to computers and how expensive they're going to get with all these talks about chip shortages and everything else. I just don't know. But, you know, Apple has taken it under their wing over the last couple of years to start making some of their own chips. And that's what lowered the price on the Mac Mini, for instance. They've come out with a new, more expensive one in the last couple of weeks. But they have basically computers at almost every price point now. I think the most expensive one you could have put together last year was about 66,000 Canadian dollars. I'm not kidding if you go and look. But they have, you know, laptops that start not too far over $1,000. And the Mac Mini, if you want to add a computer like mouse, keyboard, and monitor to, which most of us already have, then it comes in at under 1,000 Canadian dollars. So it's interesting. I'm just an advocate for Mac. I enjoy it, but you know, the days of the differences between the two, in my opinion, are long over. You can do the same things with both. There's no more you can't do this with Mac. You have to have Windows, and you can run Windows on a Mac computer if you want to anyway. So I did say I was going to add some more names to the wheel, so I'll do that. Camp Silky is fairly new to Tuber Chat. They've actually been with us for a while, but I'm still getting to know their content. We can see that they are using shorts, and hopefully they'll start getting some activity on those. I'm just going to take your latest video, peanut butter frosting, and I'm going to add that into my catch-up list. That will help me get caught up and get to know your content a little bit better, and I'm going to see what I can do about adding some more names onto our wheel from our chat list right now. Come Hither with Heather. Is coming up. Is there any chance you're going to be able to see this picture? No, because the green screen. That's a pizza just loaded with stuff that we had last night here, because Come Hither with Heather dropped a super chat on us last week to make sure that we had a nice pizza dinner, which we did last night. So I keep going on and on and on about it. Why use Windows on a Mac? So the reason would be, Come Hither with Heather, if you're somebody who really enjoys Windows, or if there's programs that aren't available for Mac, because that's very much a thing, right? There is a computer program that I use for music. When I put the music together, for instance, for the copyright-free music channel, you hear that some of it is mixed the way you'd hear from a DJ in a nightclub or something like that. But the program that I enjoy the most, and I'm most proficient with, is not available for Mac, or at least it doesn't work properly. So you could put Windows on a Mac, and then you could run Windows if you need to, and then go back to Mac if you needed to afterwards, or if you just prefer it. I've considered sometimes streaming through Windows just to see what it's like. I might give that a try at some point. But that would be the reason more than anything else. Or if somebody is a fan of Mac hardware, because I'll tell you this, in my own opinion, Mac always seems to work all the time. I've been very lucky to have a few of them now. I had one when I was a teenager. My mom got a family computer for us, and it was a Mac at the time. So I've always been an advocate for Mac. But they always work. So where I work, one of the things I do is a lot of eBay work. My friend has an eBay store, and I've shipped thousands of packages. But the computer that we use is my old Mac from 2008, and it still works. It's still just as fast as it ever was. At my workplace, when I'm editing videos, I still use a Mac from 2011 for a lot of videos. It drives me up the wall how slow it is compared to the one I have at home, because most of you know that I got a new computer last year. And it's just a base model iMac. Again, right? Not extremely expensive or anything like that. I did upgrade a few things, but I did that afterwards. But anyway, that's a thought. Forgive me. I want to get through some more channels. We've got 20 minutes. Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up. That's Camp Silky. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. I'm going to get to as many channels as I can. And their laptops don't do badly for heat, that's for sure, Lenny the Lawyer Live, unless you're using them in some kind of an unreasonable way. So if you're doing 4 things at a time, like rendering videos and doing some graphics work and watching YouTube, you know, which I've been known to do, and using it on either your lap or a pillow, or, you know, some people use their laptops in bed sitting on a blanket, you have to be always cautious. But they really do great. They're silent, you know what I mean, for the most part. When it comes to the Mac laptops and things like that. The desktops, when I use my 2011 and I'm editing videos, I do have that thing pumped up to 32 gigs of RAM, even though it was a base model. But that thing there, the fans are blowing at full speed and it is loud. But that's because it has to, right? It can't handle 4K video. It wasn't meant to. I just force it. It's kind of ridiculous. But I'm one of these people who demands value out of every penny that I spend when it comes to electronic devices. And I will not get rid of them until they don't work anymore. I always find use for them. So hopefully you find that comical. Eternity Luck Scratcher is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're here with us just about every day lately as well. I can see they've got a brand new video, so I'm going to take that and add that into my catch-up list as well. They've got 279 subscribers. Obviously, they come to us from the lottery ticket scratching genre and community of channels where we find a lot of very generous creators, not just in their own communities, but expanding outward everywhere they go. And I know that is like maybe a stereotypical way of putting it, but it really is the case. I find this, you know, a lot of lottery ticket scratching channels. We have so many here in the Superchat community now. It might be, you know, I think that cooking is probably the #1 category of channels that we have in here when we group them together. Homesteading seems to be #2 lately. Lottery ticket scratching might be a close #3 or somewhere up there. And luckily finance is really starting to pick up, and I put Lenny the Lawyer Live in the idea of finance, even though it's not quite. It's just that legal information, in my own opinion, usually follows finance or one or the other. But like I said, there's a lot of extremely generous and supportive creators in the lottery ticket scratching genre, so I hope you'll connect with them. Please get the best video you've had. Oh, get one of your more popular videos. I'll think about that the next time that I have you up. I'll try to remember to do that. Eternity Luck Scratcher. One of the things that you'll notice as well is that putting a lot of focus on videos that are already doing well can be a great benefit. So when you have videos that don't have a lot of views and you try to get them to get more popular, it's a lot more difficult than it is to take your most popular few videos and make them move a little bit farther, right? So I hope that makes sense, but it's absolutely the case, and you'll hear that in a lot of different industries and areas of life. It's absolutely the case here in YouTube as well. Let me see what I could do about adding some more names to the wheel. I have a feeling I've been talking too much today and I might drag us over time. Nikki D Official, is in the house. Radical Productions is up here right now. I was looking forward to talking about this channel. Now, I watched this specific video where they were talking about what they've been through since the start of the channel. And what they're doing is bringing awareness to homelessness in America, and particularly trying to get cell phones in the hands of some of the people who are experiencing homelessness. And it's a great thing, and they do a better job of describing it than I'm going to. They've been a friend of Superchat for a very long time, and I think that because of the work that they're doing, not to mention their talent, they're a dynamic host, they are growing incredibly rapidly, right? And they make frequent appearances here in Superchat as well. I noticed lately they've been back, but they're growing because of their content and because of what they're doing. But I really think that this is something special that's happening, and I hope everybody will check them out. Like I said, they've been a friend of Superchat for a very long time, almost from the beginning, as a matter of fact. And with over 7,000 subscribers, you can bet that from a YouTube perspective, there's lots to be learned from this creator, as well as entertained and inspired by. But I'd love for everybody to see what they're doing, because they put a lot of focus on how it can be so beneficial. I mean, we can guess for ourselves anyway, but it's great when they are showing us how it can have impact to get more communication in the hands of some of the people who might be without it. Let's just say, right? And they do a lot of interviewing. They've traveled all over. I did not know that they originally started. I should have known, but I didn't know until I watched the video and heard them specifically say it. They started their channel while they were living out of a van, traveling around, getting this content, which is really great. So I hope everybody will check that out. I'm just going to drop a link in the chat here. And I've pinned the link. So we've got a raid coming up for Michael's Adventures. He's got a premiere, and that'll be about a half an hour. That will be about a half an hour long. You'll be able to meet more friends and family members through that live chat, the same way that we do here in Superchat. And I will leave this live stream running right up until that begins, or possibly a minute or two after, because it looks like we're going overtime. And we will all go over there and raid together. But there's no need to move the time, though. Michael's Adventures, we might just about make it. I just want to make sure we get as many channels on the screen as we can in the next few minutes. Pardon me, I'm assuming that the intro on that video is 5 minutes. I didn't ask earlier, but pardon me, my voice is going. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded when I'm on a phone from time to time. Yeah, Lenny the Lawyer Live, we've definitely had the audience today, but I keep getting into these long speeches. Today's been a very different type of live stream, I think. But when you can tell the difference when I'm not reminding everybody to give those thumbs up. I don't think I said it in the first 45 minutes. But I do appreciate every thumbs up that everybody's giving, so if anybody hasn't already given one, I hope that you will. Thank you, Michael's Adventure. So his intro's 5 minutes. That's going to give us the chance to get 2 more channels onto the screen before we have to go. Prasi Malimbi is bringing us a lot of variety on their channel. Their latest video about intermittent fasting I have added onto my catch-up list. That will help me get caught up, make sure I don't fall too far behind. I'm going to look for a couple more channels in the chat. If anybody's watching or listening that hasn't been on the wheel or the screen, just please say anything at all in the chat right now. I'll make sure we get you added. And my peaceful moment is coming up. Thank you, Come Hither with Heather. They have given the thumbs up and shared on Twitter. They've done that many times as well. They're a member of our Twitter list, of course. Anybody who tweets or retweets is added onto that list automatically by me, where you can meet more creators, over 100 now, that are active in the Tuberchat community and active on Twitter and willing to share. Cosmic Cultivators. I've got your channel on the wheel right now. My Peaceful Moment is up here with 1,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,300 they're going to be thinking about. They bring us a pleasing mix of visuals and audio, things that can help us chill out or relax, something that might be useful to put on in the background while you do other things or run a playlist, something to enjoy and sit and watch. Annabis Black Games, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I didn't welcome you earlier. But I've got you on the wheel right now, and we're going to spin again, so hopefully everybody will enjoy the relaxing content that you find from my Peaceful Moment. Dora UG Media, thank you so much. Forgive me for not putting you on the wheel before now, but we're going to get you on there, and we're going to look at that channel for the first time today. Nikki D Official is coming up right now. This is another creator who's been making frequent appearances. Let me just make sure I've got the right Nikki D Official. I thought I was already connected to them. Could I be mistaken, or is that a glitch? This can't be the first time we're having Nikki D Official on the screen, is it? Oh, Creations by K. Aisha LLC. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Nikki D Official, I thought we already connected, but for some reason I'm getting the feeling that you might have restarted your channel, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. I'm just going to take your video here. I'm going to add this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you're subscribed to Superchat as well, and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Let me spin the wheel. If anybody's willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Baskets resale is coming up right now. Lenny the Lawyer Live is just saying they had to take an at-home sleep test for sleep apnea. Actually, Kristen's telling me I should get tested for it, because I don't just snore. It's like I choke. I don't know on what. I wish I would lose some weight, because that would probably help the first step. But I might go and get checked, because I feel like I've not been sleeping well lately. Yeah, there is incredible diversity on YouTube, that's for sure. Martin X Honcho, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Let me get you onto the wheel. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope that you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. This is Baskets Resale. They're showing us how to buy low and sell high by marrying the offline and the online on this channel. They do some eBay sales. They go to estates, estate sales, garage sales, thrifting, and things like that. It's incredible some of the things that they find, but you will learn a lot from this creator. They've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter and friend to Superchat for a very long time. They're on their way towards 900 subscribers right now. But when we look, we see that this creator also has a second channel called Baskets. And I just want to draw some attention to this as well, because you will see that they have much more to teach us here, because they've got well over 7,000 subscribers. So you can bet there's much to be learned as well as entertained and inspired by. On this channel, they bring us outdoors, usually for a lot of adventures. You might find things like product reviews in among the hiking videos and other stories. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Like I said, they've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long time. There you go, Lenny the Lawyer Live, you and me both. Mark Next Honk Show is coming up right now. I think this is the first time we're looking at this channel, so we'll see in a quick second here. They've got 386 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 that they're thinking about. I'm always happy to see Grand Theft Auto. Now, I wonder, we must have seen this channel before, but forgive me because I still have to get to know them. So I'm going to take your Batman and Joker bloopers video. I'm going to add this into my catch-up list. That will help me to get caught up, make sure I don't fall too much farther behind, and see what you've got going on here. Now, forgive me if I'm mistaken. It's possible we connected outside, and this might be the first time I'm putting your channel on the screen, but I might be mistaken about that too. But as time goes on, I get to know creators and their channels better, especially the more often that you're here. We must have had you on not too long ago. And then I could do a better job of promoting you when you're here. If there's anybody who hasn't been on the wheel or the screen that's still watching or listening, please just simply say anything at all in the chat. We'll make sure we get you on right now. Baskets resale, I forgot to take off. We will spin again. We'll get somebody else up here. I'm going to get you to pardon me just for a quick second. We're going to get back and look at Annabis Black Games, who's been a longtime friend of Superchat. Chris's Clever Craft, did I not put you on the wheel today? Forgive me for that. Chris's Clever Craft has been a great friend for a long time and somebody who always makes an impact on the Tuberchat family when they're here. I have a feeling I've been missing you on putting you on the wheel lately, kind of like what I have done to our moderators time and time again. I don't know what it is about like reading the chat, and then it's like I don't notice a lot of the messages that the moderators leave. Because I figure they're always talking to other people. They'll grab my attention if they need it, so I overlook them, and I don't mean to do that. It's something to think about while you're streaming, right? Because you want your moderators to enjoy the stream as well. But Chris's Clever Craft, forgive me for overlooking that if I did. Annabis Black Games is here with 52 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They're all, over halfway now on the road to the first 100, which we know is more challenging than ever. We just want to push them a little bit farther. Annabis Black Games also has a second channel, Annabis Black Films, and hopefully everybody will support them on this channel. We'd love to get this going. There are 8 subscribers right now. I'd love to get them up and over the 10 that they're thinking about. I was happy to see that Cuphead show video. That game, Cuphead, is just incredible in my own mind. So I'm really interested in game development, but they hand drew the art for that game, and it looks like a 1920s or 30s kind of cartoon, and it's really interesting. But Annabis Black goes through a little bit more of a story there about the cartoon that came from the game, but I'm just amazed by what they did over there. Ace Flaw 1 is Andy. He's been with me for well over 2.5 years now, or getting close to it anyway, since long before Tuberchat had even started. So with 377 episodes behind us, Andy's still here almost every single day, growing his channel, meeting new friends and family members. More than anything else, he does travel videos on his channel and a lot of other variety, including a couple of live streams. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that when you get there. Definitely a loyal and dedicated supporter, and he supports on all of my channels. Metrosonic is a 15-year veteran of Tuberchat, or of YouTube. And he'll be coming up, I think it's this July, on a 16-year anniversary, which is interesting. And Metrosonic's always happy to help people with different knowledge when it comes to YouTube experience as well. Metrosonic is coming up right now on the Wheel of Doom to 2,760 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 2,800 they're thinking about. I'm just going to go through your videos because I'm sure I'm quite far behind with you. Oh, True 2K Savage. Okay, thank you, Martin X Honcho. It's just a name change on that channel, so that's what happened there, why I might have been confused. But it's great to have you here again, so thank you for coming back in. I'm just going to take your 35th birthday vlog, part 2. I'm going to add that into my catch-up list. That will help me get caught up, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what you did for your birthday. August 19th. I should remember that. Metrosonic, somebody who's been connected since just about the beginning of Superchat, a very long time. Come Hither with Heather is coming up right now. This is an incredibly generous, supportive creator, definitely loyal and dedicated, and shows generosity over and above all the typical ways that you find in YouTube, and is somebody who engages conversation always, is motivating. But when we talk about the idea of engaging conversation, you're really doing a great service for any host, whether it's a premiere or a live stream, by sending engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm. So for that, I'm grateful. Come Hither with Heather shows generosity also in all the typical ways that you expect on YouTube. And I'm just dropping the link again for our raid. Michael's Adventures premiere is going to start momentarily. Come Hither with Heather brings us, more than anything else, paranormal investigations and looks into abandoned locations. And Werner's Adventures is just about neck and neck with them in subscribers. These two creators are together. They are both generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, so I always like to show their channels together now, and they have similar content, so I hope everybody will enjoy that when you get there. Werner's Adventures can be found very easily with Come Hither with Heather. Oh, yesterday was your birthday, Metrosonic. I'm sorry we missed that, but happy day after your birthday. Yeah, Metrosonic's been a friend for a long time. But thank you for sharing that, and hopefully everybody will join us in wishing him a happy belated birthday. Chris's Clever Craft is up here right now. This is somebody who's become a dear friend over a long period of time. They have an interesting channel that brings us a lot of variety. Now on the front page you see a lot of focus on others when they're featuring channels. When we get into their videos, we see they have an interesting property. They take us both indoors and outdoors for a look around. We get a great look at the creator behind the channel and their home life, but they often bring us occasionally unboxing video, but also do-it-yourself videos, as well as stories, and sometimes a simple look around. They put a lot of focus on other creators. There's a featured video, or forgive me, I say featured video, a shout-out video for Scratch and PPA talking about watch hours there, because we know that Scratch and PPA is well beyond 1,000 now, and it's great to see creators supporting each other in that way. Chris's Clever Craft also has a gaming channel called Phasmonut, where he's playing Phasmophobia. We'd love to get this channel moving a little bit farther as well, on the road towards the first 100. And when we go back to Chris's Clever Crafts page, we can see Tip the Table is another channel that they have, and hopefully we'll see some more content from this creator on this channel. We can push them a little bit farther right now towards the 20 that we know that they must be thinking about. Dora UG Media, did I not get your channel up on the screen? Did I accidentally delete it off the wheel or something? I feel like we didn't look at it. Here is Cosmic Cultivators. Dora UG Media, we're going to get you up there soon enough. Cosmic Cultivators. Let's see what you've got going on. Michael's Adventures premiere is just about starting. His intro should be running right now. Oh. Oh, I have to refresh my page. That's okay. Cosmic Cultivators, this is the first time we're having your channel on the screen, but I know you've been here before. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take this 14-minute video. I'm going to add that into my watch later list. That will allow me to, after the live stream today, go through my watch later list, watch your video in full, leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of your video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you're subscribed to Superchat as well, and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Little Red and Bunny Tracks, good to see you here. Dine with Sonia is coming up right now. We're going to go just barely over time. Michael's Adventures premiere intro has started. It'll be on any second now. We'll go over there and raid together. I've dropped the link a couple of times and I've pinned it. I'll drop it one more time. Dine with Sonia is coming off. Creations by K. Aisha LLC is coming up. So these are going to be the last 3 channels that we're going to look at. Forgive me if I've missed anybody. What we'll move on, you'll be able to meet more friends and family members during the chat on Michael's Adventures premiere. It's going to be about a half an hour long. It's just starting now. And I will come over there as well. We'll all raid. Just please say Tuber Chat Raid when you get there. Please give me a thumbs up on the way out. Give a thumbs up to Michael's Adventures on the way in. This is Dine with Sonia, 789 subscribers, a longtime friend of Tuber Chat. I'm just going to take your latest video, add this into my catch-up list. That will help me get caught up and make sure I don't fall too far behind. You see that there is a bit of variety here: food review, travel, faith, and vlogs, but a lot of delicious looking content in some of the food videos as well. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Dory UG Media is up next. I already spun the wheel. We'll see what they've got going on, and we will get another spin going on the wheel in a second. Lenny the Lawyer Live's asking, how would you feel about doing a very interactive broadcast on Zoom and then have the rebroadcast on YouTube afterwards? Interaction in a new way. Oh, you absolutely could. My understanding is that Zoom would allow you to live stream that interaction if you wanted to. So there's always a couple ways to do that. A lot of people are using StreamYard or Lemon and different things for that. But Zoom is obviously one of the most popular, and that could be a possibility for sure. We should talk about that as an idea so I can get an idea of exactly what you're thinking about more than anything else. Dory UG Media is brand new to Tuber Chat, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos. Most of yours are quite short. I'm going to take the longest one I can find, which seems to be this 2:43. I'm going to add this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat as well, and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Creations by K. Aisha LLC is brand new to Tuber Chat, so again, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take your 10-minute video here, add that into my watch later list. I'm going to do the same thing for you. I'll watch this video in full after the live stream today. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification bell on as I do for all creators, and then hopefully you've done the same for Tuber Chat and have our bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. And like I said, it's always Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change just so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Little Red and Bunny Tracks is here, a longtime friend of Tuber Chat with a couple of channels. This is where we get music videos from the same creators behind TWT-TV. Now I'm just going to take your latest video and add that into my catch-up list, and when we go over to TWT-TV, we see a dynamic family of creators. It's pure variety on this channel, but they're always bringing us all the fun that they can in their content, and I always have a good time hanging out. I've been lucky to catch them on a couple of premieres as well. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody spends here in Tuber Chat. Hopefully you've met some friends and family members, and will come over with us now to Michael's Adventures, who has got a premiere happening right now. We can meet more friends and family members over there. I'll be over there in a moment. So thanks everyone. Bye-bye.